Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Synchron here, and today's video is going to be a Synchron satellite deck profile, or whatever you want to call it. Synchron's 2020 updated deck. Personally, one of my favorites, and I'm definitely glad Synchron's got more support, which honestly, I hope they continue to get more support because Synchron's one of my favorite decks. The deck I actually started with once I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! But, all that said, let's get into it. For the monsters of the deck, we run 3 Junk Synchron. When this card is normal summoned, you can target a level 2 or lower monster in your grave, special summon it. Special summon that target in defensive position, but it has its effects negated. Next up, 3 Jet Synchron. If this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, you can target a junk. No, sorry. You can add a junk monster from your deck to your hand, and if this card is in the grave, you can send a card from your hand to the grave. Special summon this card from your grave, but banish it when it leaves the field. And you can only use one effect of Jet Synchron per turn, and only that turn. For these special summons, or these easier special summons of the deck, we have 3 Quick Draw Synchrons. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one monster from your hand to the grave. For a Synchron summon, you can substitute this card for any one Synchron tuner a Synchron tuner monster, and unfortunately, it can't be used for a synchro material except for a synchro summon of a monster that lists a Synchron monster as a tuner. So kind of restricted, but at the same time, if you don't want to go for a synchro play, you could just use it for a link material. And we do run the one unknown Synchron just as a free special summon to our side of the field, as long as your opponent controls a monster on their side of the field. However, if we special summon it, if we special summon it while we have nothing on our field, but our opponent does, we can only special summon it that turn. So that's like the only downfall of Unknown Synchron. That's why we only run 1. Next up, we run the new cards Junk Converter. You can send this card from your hand as well as a tuner, add a Synchron from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, you can target a tuner in your grave, special summon it in defensive position, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. You can only use each effect of Junk Converter once per turn. And 2 of the new cards in the recent set, Satellite Synchron. If a monster or monsters is special summoned from the grave, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you have a synchro monster with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in its original name on your field or grave, you can make this card's level become 4 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Satellite Synchron once per turn. And for the other warriors of the deck, we do run 1 Armageddon Knight, mainly because we run 2 of the Destrudo, mainly for the level 7 plays, or if you want to discard a tuner for a Junk Converter, Destrudo is just that other option. You can jump the numbers if you want, but I just like this ratio more, just given the off chance that if you do draw into one Destrudo and then you get Armageddon Knight, you could just summon Armageddon Knight, dump a Destrudo, or Junk Converter, dump Destrudo from your hand to the grave as well, and go from there. More special summon options you could run in a deck, but I personally enjoy are 3 Junk Forwards. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and notice that it's not once per turn. So sorry, I was just thinking, not once per turn. So if you happen to have a clear field again, when you special summon this card, you just go for it again, assuming you have multiples in your hand. And we also run 3 of the Doppel Warrior, one of the best 3-outs in the deck. When a monster or monsters is special summoned from your grave, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, quite often with this deck, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens, Warrior type, Dark attribute, both level 1, and both have a 400 attack and 400 defense in attack position. Again, just for the easy token spam, synchro climbs, whatever you want to do with the tokens, really. And we also run 2 of the Blue Mountain Butter Spy. Warrior attribute, no, warrior type, I mean, cannot be normal summoned or set. When you normal summon a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to your side of the field, but it cannot be used as synchro material. The reason why we run 2 of these, and yes, I know, can't be used for synchro material, is because we run a couple of link options in the deck, and it's just kind of there for the extra link material, really. And finishing off the deck for the monsters, 1 Quillbolt Hedgehog for the grave, as well as 1 Glow Up Bulb, just for the final option of tuners. And if this card is in your grave, you can send the top card of your deck to the graves. And if you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect, a Glow Bloom, once per duel. And what's crazy about Glow Bloom is the easy combination you could do with Junk Converter, which is, again, just ridiculous considering you can send that card as well as a tuner, and Glow Bulb is a tuner, so it's just another free special summon of the deck. But yeah, sorry for the rambling, that'll do it for the monsters of the deck. For the spells of the deck, we run 3 tuning for the Synchron search from our deck to our hand. However, once we do the search, we do send the top card of our deck to the grave, and hopefully you send a Quillbolt Hedgehog or any kind of graveyard extender you want from your deck to your grave. And since this deck is open to hand traps, we run 3 Call by the Grave just to prevent such stoppage from our opponents. Then we also run the new card, Synchro Chase. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the effect activation of your Synchro monsters with Warrior Synchron or Stardust in the original name. And if you Synchro summon a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster, you can target 1 monster in your grave used as its material, special summon it in defense position to your side of the field, and you can only use this effect of Synchro Chase once per turn. I'm not gonna lie, a little disappointing how it doesn't protect Synchrons, but to be fair, if it did protect Synchrons from activating their effects, I feel like the card would be a little bit too powerful, I guess you could say. But anyways, to wrap it up, we run 1 Reinforcement of the Army for the warrior searches of the deck, 1 for 1 Foolish Burial, as well as 1 Monster Reborn, just to get the combo extenders from our grave back to our side of the field, or if anything, steal something from our opponent's grave. But that'll do it for the spells of the deck. For the extra deck, we run 1 Formula Synchron for the draw power, 1 Junk Warrior in case our field has level 2 or lower monsters. Junk Warrior gains their attacks. 1 Jet Warrior. When it's Synchro Summon, you can target a card. When it's Synchro Summon, you can target a card your opponent controls, return it back to their hand. And if this card's in the grave, while you control a level 2 or lower monster, you can tribute that level 2 or lower monster to special summon Jet Warrior back from your grave to your side of the field, but when it leaves the field, you can banish it. Now, the reason why we run one Jet Warrior is because when it's special summoned back from the grave, it can go hand in hand with Satellite Synchron, so that's just kind of a bonus in the extra deck. We also run 1 XL Synchron just to kind of play with the level adjustments. So basically, XL Synchron, send a Synchron from your deck to your grave and either boost its level by that monster's level or decrease its level by that monster's level. Like for example, Junk Synchron, send it to the grave, and you got the option to either increase or decrease XL Synchron's level by Junk Synchron's level. We also run 1 Junk Speeder just for the Synchro Spam and Synchro Ladder Climbing. Stardust Dragon to prevent destruction. Junk Destroyer, which is a good target for Quick Draw Synchron, or if you want to go old school, just use Junk Synchron as its material because it does require a Junk Synchron as one of its materials. And when it's Synchro Summoned, you can select and destroy cards on the field up to the number of non-tuner materials used for this card's Synchro Summon. We also run one Road Warrior, which again another quick draw select a quick draw option because we don't run Road Synchron in the deck. And it is a little bit harder because you do require 2 or more non-tuner monsters. But anyways, once per turn you can select once per turn you can special summon a level 2 or lower warrior type monster or machine type monster from your deck to use on the field, which is good because it can actually help go into Satellite Warrior, which requires a tuner and 1 non-tuner synchro monster. Oh, sorry, 1 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. And what this card does, if it's synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your grave, destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1000 attack per destroyed card. And if this synchro summoned card happen to be destroyed in general, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower warrior synchron and or Stardust monsters with different names from your grave. You only use each effect of Satellite Warrior once per turn. And finishing off the synchros of the deck, we do run 1 Cyber's Quantum Dragon for the level 7 options of the deck. Basically, Quantum Dragon, you attack into a bonus monster, return it to their hand, and it gains an additional attack. So, yeah, in case your opponent has a problematic monster, Quantum Dragon is just there to clear that monster off their board. Sorry, it took me a second to figure out what I was trying to say. And we do run the 1 Crystal Wing for the monster negation. And finishing off the extra deck with 2 links, we run the 2 Junk Converter. And like I said, because we run, if I could find it here, here we go. Because we run 3 Quick Draw Synchrons, this card is actually a lot easier to go into because it requires at least one warrior and or machine monster, including a tuner, which again, Quick Draw Synchron count as both. But that will do it for the extra deck and for the deck profile. So I hope you all enjoy and see you all next time. Actually, before I go, if you have any other options for the card choices in this deck, please comment them down below. Or any opinions that you have on this video, comment them down below. And yeah, I think that's about it. So see you all next time.